Hello and welcome to the Magic the Blabbering podcast. I'm your host Nick with Josh, and today we're going to talk about the new holiday card, Bloomberg article regarding Hasbro's current status and how it's working with Magic, and we're also going to talk about an upcoming Secret Lair for 20 ways to win
And Pioneer Masters.
and Pioneer
Yeah,
Masters.
we got a lot to cover today.
Yep.
Well, let's
So,
let's start with the holiday card.
yeah, today I'm very happy to talk to you about the newest holiday card. It might be one of the cutest ones I've ever seen. It looks like it depicts Loot drinking a thing of eggnog.
Yeah.
And the card is a 6 mana artifact. It's called Eggnogger's Stash. For 5 and a green artifact, lands you control have tap. Refill your mug with a festive drink. If you don't have a mug, go grab a mug. It's the holidays. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a drink stash, put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. And it says blend dingus egg, yolks, milk, Eldraine spice blend, Murrigonda vanilla, and absolutely nothing else. That's the flavor text on this sweet, sweet holiday card. What do you think about it, Josh?
Yeah, I mean it's cute looking, I guess. It's very it's a very un card, I think.
Yeah, and it's some really, really freaking old school references. Dingus eggs,
Yeah.
Murrigonda, card that we've seen mentioned on Future Sight and a couple other things, but nowhere else. Very fun card. I don't. How do you know how we get these? Weren't these like judge promos, or they're just given to
I
special people?
I think they give them out to stores. I'm not 100% sure. I've never even seen one in person, so I'm not the person to ask for that. I think stores get them and are able to give them out however they want to give them out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's stores get it. Partners and friends of Wizards of the Coast, employees is who
Yeah.
get them. So if you're trying to collect the rest of these, here's the newest one to your edition. And a pretty cute one. Now, and I've seen Loot a little bit more and more. I wonder if he's going to be our Pikachu,
He's
trying to
yeah,
compete with Fizzletip.
Yeah, he is. I think they're putting him in a lot more. He's got his own card in Foundations now, so I think yeah, they're trying to sell this other merchandise besides Magic cards. I think so.
Yeah, and that segues pretty well into the Bloomborough article talking about how Hasbro
Bloomberg,
is
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. I keep wanting to call it Bloomberg article about uh discussing with Chris Cox about Hasbro's focus on leaving film and media and moving more towards video games
Yeah,
and marketing Magic more and leaning more onto us as the cash cow being that we are.
yeah. So this was an interview with Chris Cox, who's was he the president of Hasbro now
CEO,
and
I think, right?
CEO? Yeah. And they did a interview with him, and I think the article starts out was kind of funny. He opened some packs and was disappointed, which I thought was really funny. They mentioned that it's like, yeah, join the club, buddy.
That was a very bizarre way to open that article.
Yeah. It was. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot in the article, but I think the main thing that we got out of it was Commander coming to digital, right?
Yeah, so they're trying to find some form, and it sounds like maybe Magic Online is not the format they want to present it in, but some
Yeah.
way to play multiplayer Magic in a arena-esque way. But it's not arena, and it is collectible. So
Yeah.
now you can have your third place to try and collect your cards in a non-physical media.
Uh,
Um, Very spooky. I
I,
mean, we've had multiple different clients kind of go by the wayside over the years, so I don't really understand why they can't make arena at least be adjacent to that, But
exactly. Yeah. I can't do it, man. I can't maintain another collection. I just can't.
buy all your cards a fourth time.
Ugh.
What if I can interest you in doing that again? Um, I mean, maybe if they went to a different style, but them saying it being collectible, that just kind of rubs me
Yeah.
the wrong way. Actually, seeing
Mhm.
that, it just doesn't seem like I would have faith in you, investing in another client when Arena seemed like the final upgrade and everyone's scared to be on MTGO.
Yeah.
Introducing another client that's commander
Mhm.
focused. I mean, people will play it, I'm sure, but I don't know. They've had so many failed. They even mentioned in this article about many failed startup things Magic has done in the digital space. So I'm interested to see that after abandoning an MMO style thing and
Yeah.
many other failed attempts at the video game space there, and knowing it's extremely competitive, as they mentioned in the article, that they're choosing to abandon, maybe not abandon, but reduce their offerings for physical media and entertainment, and moving more towards um, digital media in a competitive environment that's actually in a downturn right now, which is even more bizarre. And that really just kind of echoes to me some of the leadership of Wizards of the Coast over the last few years has been making very odd choices, be it on supply chain issues, and now honestly, this article really one of the things I wanted to highlight is they said after two movies that came out and kind of underperformed, both those movies came out to good reviews. So to me, it doesn't seem like they really,
And that was the Dungeons and Dragons, Honor
yeah.
Among Thieves, and what was the other one?
Transformers One,
Transformers one. Yeah, I haven't seen that one
yeah,
yet. Everybody I've talked to said it's really good. So
yeah. I've been meaning to see it myself, and maybe that's part of why it's not getting that, scratching that itch. But I
yeah,
don't know. I've been seeing less and less movies over the years, recent years. Post, I think the height of movie watching was during some of the Marvel Cinematic Universe time, and I think they've been struggling to recover that
yeah,
kind of retention. I used to see a movie once a month. Now I see a movie once every few months, but I feel like they were on the right track. I mean, I haven't seen Transformers One, but I can't say. But everyone I know who saw Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves really loved it,
yeah. It was
and it
good.
really gave a good. They bridged the gap between the fantasy player, the fantasy setting, and kind of giving that neat nod to you know what it is.
Yeah,
And I would have loved something like that for Magic. I don't know how you do something like that for Magic, but in Transformers One, all I've heard are good things about it on all the things I frequent, and I find it like they were just finally going to hit their stride, and then they just abandoned ship, and I find that awkward, to say the least.
yeah. Well, we are still getting the Magic animated series.
On Netflix.
Yeah, on Netflix.
But then,
Um,
what if this is a hit, and then are they just going to course correct again to like pick that up, or is it just a one
yeah,
and done?
I don't know.
Which Magic having a good one and done probably would go way further than we'd anticipate, and they could build on that. But
Yeah.
I'm dubious to that, to say the least. But that would be awesome.
So what
Uh,
what I thought was kind of interesting about the article is they kept referring to a the Commander video game, which like I don't consider Arena or MTGO a video game. Like what like is it going to be regular just like 100 card Commander on like is it going to be what we think it's going to be?
yeah, maybe it's going to be a self-contained thing, but they said they wanted multiple players, so
Yeah.
maybe they just really limit the amount of cards, and you play it more like what if it was like a League of Legends type of thing, where you pick a commander and something you curate. Maybe it's just plug and play Magic.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like if they're making this whole thing so that you can play Commander, like why is it not just like a subset of Arena, you know? Like when you go into Arena, you sign into, Arena or you can sign into like Commander Arena and like it uses the same graphics and all that stuff. I don't know why it has to be like another, third client that we have to use.
Yeah, that I don't know. I feel like Arena was built in a user interface that's fundamentally one versus one and can't work with multiplayer, is what I would assume is the issue. But
Yeah.
beyond that, I liked kind of what you said about it being a video game. When I think of a video game, it being like somehow its own self-contained thing, but then they say it's collectible. But I'm
Yeah.
like, is it a new client or is it a game? Because if it's just its own thing, I'm kind of interested in that. Like maybe it's just all the precons that have ever existed on a client, and then you kind
Yeah.
of earn your precon decks collectively, and then you have medial like additions. I remember playing Duels of the Planeswalkers years ago. It
Hmm.
was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I didn't spend any real money on it, but you could, and I'm sure many people did. And you got
Uh,
rewarded with that by deletion.
right.
Um, but yeah, I just with digital objects, I'm very scared of like eventually you're just going to get deleted. Even
Yeah.
Pokemon to this day, you can up through much effort and trial, you can move your Pokemon through the generations up to your current game. I'm pretty sure. Sub maybe a couple of things, but um, that company's been able to foster that for 30 years, and Magic digital history. I mean, Magic Online's been here for a long time, but it's almost like the redheaded stepchild.
It
And I've
is.
seen them
Yeah.
trying to upgrade their interfaces and do things here and there because I play Magic Online more than I do Magic Arena. And I don't know why we can't make that better. I think maybe the marketplace is a little too dubious. It's too hard to get cards. You can't get free cards. It's too much of a real marketplace,
Uh-huh.
which I think is its appeal. But if you're just a kid, there's no way your mom's letting you, get on there and load the credit card and
Yeah,
go
it's
wild.
I mean cuz it's literally MSRP for all the packs. Like it's retail price for everything on Magic Online whereas Arena like you can get a bundle of 50 packs for $50. So it's $1
Right.
a pack. Like I mean it's way, you know, financially sound to go to Arena, rather than Magic Online. I understand why people play Magic Online, to like practice for tournaments and stuff like that. And they do have like regular tournaments on there, but like it's so expensive. I know that like you can buy, I guess, buy singles, but still
Well,
like,
now they've even gone to renting models. You just rent your
oh
account.
really?
You just rent decks. I don't know what the rates are, but yeah, you can just rent stuff from
Huh?
bots who have
From the
already
bots?
accumulated all the cards, and you have to turn them back over. And there's a whole process for that. So,
Hmm.
but to actually play Magic Online, I most of the cards that you would play for most formats are sub $20, and many of the cards are 5 cents, under
Oh
5 cents. I mean, if you really wanted to build any commander deck, I'm sure you could. I mean, aside from a deck playing maybe like some higher end,
yeah,
yes cards, you probably could get away with it for under $200, under $100 maybe. Many of your real life decks probably only convert for, maybe $50. So it's actually Magic Online's functionalities there. I just think the player base isn't there. Like you play Arena,
yeah.
you probably will never play the same person again. I go into the online queue on Magic Online, I'll see the same people
Oh
over and
really?
over. Yeah, it's a wide enough that I'll see different people, but it doesn't feel like in you'll run into people and people block you if they don't like how you're playing and stuff. It's really great. It's really not a friendly environment they have set up. But yeah, and that's just more to do with the subtext of Commander being casual or not, and that not being clear. But yeah, so MTGO for me, I think it works. It does its job, but I feel like for them, it's just there because it still makes money and it's making more than it's cutting, and it gives people a place to compete. I'm sure they're waiting and ready to cut its head off as soon as they could,
Oh yeah.
But Arena just doesn't fill all the gaps, and I think a Commander client would fill all of, maybe not all, but it would probably fill a lot of my things. But I don't necessarily need to play digital Magic. I have so much investment in paper Magic. It's just like it's almost like pushing me away. If you went and said, "Here's Commander Digital," and Magic Online's dead, um, I'm pretty much just like that's IRL only for me. Then, peace
Yeah.
out. I'm already disenfranchised from Arena because it's not. It doesn't give me the format that I want or the card selection that I want, and I don't feel like I get to play my friends in the formats we want to play. So I am missing that Commander option, but also just I don't trust digital clients. Like Magic's a physical game to me. So
Yeah. One thing I noticed too, or what I was like suspecting, is they would go to a subscription based model. But then it said like collectability. So I don't know, like I don't think that those go hand in hand because like if you're trying to, if you collect certain things and then you let your subscription lapse, like you just lose that. So I don't know that those two can happen and
yeah, unless it's like partial collectible, you can
yeah.
collect some things, but maybe not. Maybe they reward you for being there earlier. I know in some games you'll have like your times and you get items and things over time, and then if you miss the time frame, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And then restart the game. Like I think what World of Warcraft maybe does some stuff like that. There's a secondary market for in-game pieces. Maybe like Diablo did stuff like that. But it's just not appealing, and it seems like the wrong move. If I had to sit there and say all of the big Magic YouTube channels are making physical media, they're recording physical games. That's where we're pushing. Like, why not just try and make more stores, make more availability for more people to get to Magic easier?
Yeah, but
You know,
you've got a lot of streamers that stream only arena, and
True.
they've recently just started pushing um, MTGO creators. They had a whole program where you could sign up to be an MTGO like liaison or whatever, and
Oh,
and so they basically gave you a whole Magic Online account, and then you had to produce content like every so many
oh,
days or
really?
whatever. Yeah, yeah. So they've been really trying to push like the content creators to go more like digital. I think versus I
Okay.
mean, there's a lot of obviously you have Shuffle Up and Play, you have game nights, you have Commander at Home. Those I don't think those are going away, but it's a lot easier to have a digital client because you can do from across the country. You can do spell table, but I don't know that that looks the best.
Yeah.
But like if you have a digital client that you could stream Commander on, I mean that there's going to be a ton of channels out there doing that.
True. True. I mean, I've been watching some content creators for Magic Online. Uh, there's a guy who does pre-modern pretty regularly. I think it's Jay something. Um, So, I mean, I have nothing against it. I just don't really feel it. I log into Magic Online. I see like a slight advertisement about MTG Nerd Girl doing something,
Hmm.
and then I kind of go about my business. But that's the most that's reached me as a Magic player.
Yeah,
Um, so it's just not very. It doesn't feel as in my face as this article where it's like, bam, new client. Like I see this before I see,
yeah,
news of Magic Online. No announcements of are hitting my eyes of like, hey, play more Magic Online. Like I'm
hmm,
playing more than I normally would just because I'm kind of that's working in my hours playing games. But I think I would be more strictly still IRL at this point.
yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, I'm also just sad to see them leaning more and more on Magic because I don't know about you, but wallet fatigue and all
Right.
that's
Yeah. I hate to be the guy that, is just carrying Hasbro on my shoulders by buying Magic cards.
yeah. And I mean, I want to feel good to buy Magic cards. I don't want to feel like I'm always FOMOing.
Hmm.
And now I don't even know what to think anymore because Magic's IP in this article they kind of bring up being an IP in all of Magic's,
Yeah.
on bringing in, you know, it's just kind of weird if I've been pumping my money into the Magic IP. I didn't buy any. I have not bought any. I think in confidence. Oh, I did buy Warhammer. Other than the Warhammer Commander decks, I haven't put any money into buying sealed product of Universes Beyond.
So you're not including Secret Layers, I guess.
Are your Secret Layers? I guess no, I'm not counting those. Those are just well, I guess also the Marvel Secret Layers, but that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, not counting Secret Layers.
I bought the Doctor Who, I bought Fallout, um, just the decks though, the Fallout decks. I didn't buy any of the other stuff. Um, yeah, really, that's about all I've bought. I skipped Assassin's Creed altogether. I don't think I have any of those cards. So yeah, I
I
mean,
ended up with many of those getting the chaff off my roommate of cards he wanted to trade or didn't want.
yeah, it
Uh,
is. It's weird that they reference Magic as an IP. You know
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
and like I could totally see, Magic, and I haven't played much Marvel Snap. Actually, I've not played it at all, but I know plenty of people who do,
hmm
and maybe that's the path forward. Maybe it's a earn-based playing, collecting, but then you can buy yourself ahead. Maybe it's going to be that. Maybe they just realize maybe we should be Marvel and we can be a better Marvel Snap by being Magic Snap,
yeah,
or
or
Marvel the Gathering.
or Marvel Universes Beyond Snap, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe they really are universe breaking. The metaverse is really here, and Marvel's actually like, hey, we're going to take over Magic the Gathering, and we're going to just be like, I guess we like it. But we haven't seen many negative waves from any of the universes beyond, other than people complaining and then it making record profits. Lord of the Rings
Yeah, I mean,
was mentioned.
they, yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, you know, they know the numbers. It's their job to know the numbers, and they know that
Yeah,
all these universes beyond sets are gonna sell. And I mean, a lot of people aren't gonna like it. I don't think there's enough people that don't like it that are gonna quit versus people that are gonna like it or people that bring new people it brings in.
yeah,
I think the people that quit because of it are in the minority big time. So I don't think
yeah,
it's unfortunate. I mean, I like I said, I don't have a problem with the universes beyond. I just like one or two sets a year, maybe like
yeah,
a commander set, like the Warhammer, the Doctor Who, or the Fallout. I'm fine with that, or like Secret Layers, but like every other set is universes beyond. It doesn't make me feel too good, but it is what it is. So
yeah. But then I guess I also am kind of getting lost in the sauce because Magic IPs are starting to be more intentionally blended, I think, toward non-Magic traditional style.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's kind of like doubling down as we get like more modernized sets and more modernized themes. I'm starting to lose that high fantasy styling,
yeah.
and so maybe that's how it is, and I just gotta let it be that way. But I don't know. The game is good. The
Hmm.
game is good to play. I would say the power level is getting to a semi-intolerable level for me in some regards for when I play Commander.
Yeah.
Just the One Ring is probably the biggest stain on Commander.
Mm.
Like I started playing on Magic Online, and I'm super happy I don't get Jewel Lotus or Mana Crypt out of the game most of the time anymore. Now it's just Soul Ring being a menace. But then it's the One Ring, and it's like here we in Ancient Tomb.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah.
but Ancient Tomb, that's just somehow just a glaring. Oh, and other fast mana, but mostly it's Ancient Tomb.
Well,
And
play Pioneer.
yeah, Pioneer. Let's talk about that. Pioneer
Yes.
Masters is coming
Pioneer.
to Magic Arena, so
Yeah.
for their still live, very flourishing digital client that has a great interface. We're getting some new arena cards to um, update. Was Explorer into Pioneer? Is it officially
Yeah.
Pioneer now?
So when Pioneer Masters releases, I think it's December 10th. So here in like 2 weeks, Explorer will change over to Pioneer.
So they're moving in. Is what it means, right? You were an Explorer, and now you're a Pioneer.
Yeah, you're leveling up, I guess. So
Level up.
so Pioneer is Return to Ravnica Forward. And so the only sets that really aren't on Arena right now are Return to Ravnica, all that block, the Theros block, and then Khans of Tarkir block is not on there, but the Khans of Tarkir set itself is on Arena. And then they've done a couple master sets, or what do they call them? Remastered. They've done an Innistrad one, they've done Amonkhet, they've done Kaladesh. So some of those, most of the key cards from those blocks are on. So I think this is going to be focused on like Return to Ravnica block, Theros block, the rest of cons, and then some of the core sets we're missing, like 14,
Magic Origins.
15 Origins is a big one, yeah. So they're going to be
Okay.
trying to fill those holes. I think the card set is like almost 400 cards. So
I wonder what's going to be left out. A bunch of chaff, you think, or is like it's just some weird
yeah,
fringe cards?
I don't know. Like I think there's only one God. Xenagos, I think, is the only one that's on Arena right now. So I'm sure that we're going to get all of those.
Yeah, they've already
Um,
spoiled 2 of them, so
yeah,
2 more.
I'm sure that we're going to get. We are for sure getting the Flip Walkers from Origins. They've spoiled 2 of those. I think we're going to get.
2 out of 3, and
Yeah.
Gideon's on the ad. So
Yeah.
I
So I
think I'm
think
gonna leave off Chandra and what's the other one?
this.
Anyway, Nissa. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
Nissa would be a huge one to miss.
yeah. So they're we're going to get all those. So yeah, I think I'm going to start dipping my toes in a Pioneer, honestly, and I think it's the only reason I didn't really like Pioneer. The only reason that I haven't played Pioneer in person in paper is because I can't build decks on Arena and practice. So like I want to like kind of know the meta and know what decks I should be playing, or kind of decks that I want to be playing and want to build before I go to FNM to play. So once Pioneer gets on Arena, I think that's going to help out a lot. At least for me, might get me into more Pioneer paper if I can play it. Practice on Arena, and kind of brew decks and stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to it. So
Yeah, it's like Pioneer's like the new Modern, right? It's
yeah,
in a lot of sets, cutting out a lot of the old guard, and
yeah,
definitely has a lot of potential. And missing some of those cards is really gonna, boost it up, make it have some more life. And yeah, I see like you having that as an option to, test before you buy, sort
yeah.
of thing. Try before you play.
So the fetch lands are banned in Pioneer, um,
Yeah,
and then they have a few, like probably 20 cards that are banned in Pioneer. One card I'm sad to see is Walking Ballista. That's banned in Pioneer because I really love playing with that card. But
that card is very powerful.
yeah,
They were
uh,
like, let's make Triskelion busted.
yeah. So but yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of brewing some stuff for Pioneer and checking that format out and maybe playing getting back into FNM. I've talked with my wife about getting back into standard and kind of seeing if we can find some standard tournaments around town and stuff. Just because I like playing paper Magic. I mean, arena's fun. Like you can just sit around and play whenever you want, and but I like it a lot for like limited formats like sealed and draft and stuff because like when Foundations came out, I just like jammed like 10 or 12 sealed events that weekend, and like I just did one today just because I had time, and
Yeah.
so
You
I
don't have
like
to
it for
wrestle up
that.
8 people. You don't
Right.
need 8 people together,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so like it'll be good, I think, to hopefully this fosters, more people coming out to play paper Pioneer. So
Yeah, do you know of if the scene is pretty big around here?
oh yeah, there's yeah, I know out at a couple shops, Spanky's I know has a good Pioneer crowd. Game Cafe I know plays a lot of Pioneer. We have Pioneer out here A to Z once a month, and I think they have a pretty good crowd. So yeah.
Good.
Mhm.
Good. So it gives you a whole new way to play and engage, and
Yeah.
also get some engagement with some old cards, old favorites, and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There's like there's some standards that I really like miss, like when Shadows over Innistrad and Battle for Zendikar were all in standard at the same time. You had all the what wasn't that like Eldrazi Winter? You had the
Yeah, that was in
all
Modern, I think.
yeah, and those types of decks. There was an Aristocrats deck that I played with Blood Artist and Nantuko Husk and stuff
Oh, nice.
that I kind of want to had the flip Liliana in, and I kind of want to play that again. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I played a lot just before then, before the Sahili cat
Oh yeah,
combo,
yeah.
because
Felidar. So Felidar
I played
Sovereign's
the Thopter the vehicle deck with Gideon, and
Wither Scooter.
yeah,
Yeah,
I won a PTQ um, with that deck. It was pretty sweet, or RCQ, something like that.
yeah. So Smuggler's Copter was banned, and now they just unbanned it a few months ago, I think. And then
Yeah,
Felidar Sovereign is banned, so there's no Sahidi
there's
combo.
no Sahili combo to ruin
Yeah.
my day. Yeah, I played in a Magic Online tournament for my result of playing in the PTQ,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
I had to borrow cards, so I played the
yeah.
cat deck, got murdered. It was great because I didn't get to play the deck I wanted. It was just somebody who has online Magic Online cards for me to play, and they just got raffle stopped.
Yeah.
It was great. So
So they started spoilers today. With I think they spoiled what was it, Jace? No.
yeah, I can read through the spoiler real quick. It's not many cards.
Yeah.
They reprinted Silence, Hidden Strings, which I assume is notable for a certain deck. Not sure what deck, but
I think it got
seems like
shifted
important.
to. I think it got shifted, rarity shifted from common to uncommon too.
Yeah, so something's
Yeah,
up with that card.
yeah.
Jace Vryn's Prodigy, we remember how that was an $80 Jace once upon a time. Liliana Heretical Healer, we all love that card. Very, very powerful, fun card. Tassiger the Golden Fang also used to be a staple, modern,
Yeah.
many different formats. Legion Loyalist used to helm many aggressive decks, very fun card. Glade Cover Scout with, to me, which looks like new art that I've never seen. Hornet Nest, which I've seen some Saffron Olive videos making a lot of those. And I remember back in the day, some fun things happened with that card. Sylvan Caryatid, card I played a ton of during Theros, love that card. Athreos, God of Passage, one of my friend's commander decks, never forget. And Mogus, God of the Slaughter. And then finally, a very notable card that I'm sure many people are excited about, Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge, hugely powerful card.
Yeah. So
I guess that wasn't one of those core sets. I would think of it in being
yeah.
in yeah.
Time was it Planar Chaos? Time Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Planar Chaos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny to see that card. Swamp decks everywhere.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of brewing some Pioneer now. So a couple weeks, it'll be out on Arena. I don't know how it's supposedly it's draftable, so I'm assuming they're gonna have like drafts and sealed events with it and everything. So
I doubt this is good, but you just run some Urborgs in whatever deck you're playing, and then you just slam Flarex and Obliterator on turn 4, and just like, what's up?
yeah, and then Gary.
Yeah, there you go. Just a whole new deck.
Yeah, mono black control.
Oh man, that seems sweet. Mono black Devotion.
Yeah.
And your Nykthos in the swamp now. And you get the bad coffers, right? What's that card? It probably wouldn't work very good with Urborg. Cabal Stronghold.
Yeah, not
But I think that card specifically says basic swamp, so doesn't even work. But
yeah. So
but cool. I'm pretty hyped for that. Pretty hyped to hear you regaling me with your tales of your ventures into Pioneer and bringing that to digital.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. So I mean, Pioneer Foundations, that set just keeps blowing me away. Man, it's so fun to play. Like I said, I did another sealed event today. I got 6 wins, so I got my money back. So it was a free event. That I finally opened the Sire of 7 Deaths card. Man,
oh
yeah. It's so I got to play that, and like probably 3 of the games as soon as I played it, people just scooped.
Yeah, it's over. There's no beating that monstrosity.
It's pretty dang good. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I was wanting to. There's 2 things I was wanting to do. I was wanting to get one of those in my sealed pool, and I was wanting to get the combo with the vampire where you when you gain life they lose life, and then the vampire where you lose life they gain life, so it does the infinite
oh my God.
combo. Yeah. So I did get that in one of my sealed pools. But I never got to play the combo. So that's the one thing I want to do is draft that combo or get in one of my sealed pools and try to play it. But I did the Sire of 7 Deaths, so check that off. That was pretty fun. But
yeah, quick question: do they put the Jumpstart decks on Arena again?
Yeah, the Jumpstart decks are on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I might have to fire up the client for that. I really enjoyed that last time.
You missed it because last week, I think Midweek Magic was you could do one for free. So you got 2 free decks to play. Now they have the event where you can pay your play-in token or gems or gold and play. You get 2, and then you can do that as many times as you want. So yeah.
And you win gold back because I have infinite gold and
you don't win. So there's no prize.
Oh, there's no gold.
It's the only prize is like a reward, a card reward, like a rare cards.
You don't get to keep the cards you draft?
No, you do. You don't draft them. You just so it's Jumpstart where you pick 2 decks and you match them together. Yeah, you keep all your cards. Yeah.
Okay, then that's not too bad.
Yeah,
that's worth playing. I remember when they did that the first time around. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and there's tons of Jumpstart cards I want to play with, and I'm really interested in some of the commanders from there. But they're all really expensive, actually.
They are.
Rev and several of the cards I'm interested from that set are all expensive, just like the earlier Jumpstart. And I'm kind of frustrated by that because I need the Minotaur that says cowards can't block.
Oh yeah.
I'm also interested in several of the commanders from that set. You got your Ninja Turtle, you got your
I can't remember
anime lady Rev, whatever her name. She steals cards.
I can't remember if I opened physical ones or if they were just on Arena, but I remember the cowards one. I can't remember. I can't remember if I opened one physical or not.
That is the thing from Foundations that has the most of my attention. Just those that supply of cards. So, but yeah, maybe I'll fire up Arena for the first time in forever. Let the client spin for hours, and then probably won't take that long. But then get on and actually play some games because I really enjoy that quick, small style limited. So and then I'll have some fun cards to mess around with. Maybe I'll build a
Pioneer deck.
Online commander. What's the Arena commander?
Brawl.
Brawl. Do some Brawl with one of those commanders. Finally use all the wild cards.
Well, speaking of commander, there's a new Secret Lair Commander deck coming out, right?
Yes. The 20 ways to win.
Yeah. So
20 ways to win.
it looks pretty interesting. I'm gonna pull up some stuff here on my phone.
Yeah, so I have some of the cards in front of me. The commander is going to be Go Shintai Life's Origin, and they've already spoiled
I think they spoiled what?
12 ways to win. 12 out of 20.
I show 16 here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here is they've released 16 of the ways that you can win so far. The first three are just your regular ways with commander damage, killing the opponents through life total, and then mill. So then we have Approach of the Second Sun for the second time. So casting that will win you the game. So Approach of the Second Sun is in the deck. We have control 4 or more Biovisionary during your end step. So Biovisionary, and I assume cards that are able to copy or make copies of Biovisionary are going to be in this deck. You have control 4 or more demons with different names, and Liliana's Contract at your upkeep. So we'll probably get some demons in this set. Have 40 or more life and Felidar Sovereign at upkeep. So Felidar Sovereign is in the deck. 50 or more life and Test of Endurance at upkeep, which seems pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Control a power with 20 or with power 20 or greater, and Miles Aria at upkeep. Have 13 cards in hand and Triska Decaphile at upkeep. Untap 15 tapped creature with Halo Fountain. I run Halo Fountain in a tokens deck, so that's not too hard to do. There's two ways to win with this new card, 20 Toad. 20 counters on it and attack, or you can have 20 cards in hand and attack with it.
Yep.
Then
You can also fill out your Miles Aria win condition.
yeah. Have all this stuff for Happily Ever After. So that's probably one of the more difficult ones to do.
Yeah, definitely.
You got another one here, fairly easy. 20 artifacts and Hellkite Tyrant at your upkeep.
I think that one's harder than you would think, unless you smash somebody.
I mean, treasure
Yeah.
tokens are pretty easy to make.
There's like a handful of cards, but I don't assume they're putting that dragon in here that spits out infinite treasures. So
And then probably one of the more difficult ones is probably this one. Have 20 or more growth counters on Simic Ascendancy.
yeah,
So that's the 16 we have so far. We've got, we have probably 20, 10, 13. We got 15 cards spoiled so far. So all the ones that I just listed are actually just the ones that they spoiled so far for this deck. But
Yeah.
what do you think about it? It's pretty interesting, I think.
it looks like it's going to be a life gain Enchantress deck, is my best guess. And then you have some ways to put counters on your creatures. If I had to put it all together in a
Yeah.
sweet little bow.
Proliferate.
Only card that's kind of sad is I think Approach the Second Sun's a pretty lame way to win.
It is, yeah.
Pretty easy, but maybe the deck itself is just like, I'm just running it. You have 7 turns to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, oops, I accidentally win with this,
Yeah. Several of these are they're pretty trivial on their own, but maybe in this deck it's a really comprehensive way to win, really fun and
Do you,
engaging.
do you think they put Thassa's Oracle on this?
I hope not. That would be Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation.
Well,
It's one way to win.
They could put it in there without the demonic consultation, right?
But I think that would make it funnier. Hey,
Uh,
you want to lose in a way that you've probably lost to before? Here you go. You can win on turn 3. Boom.
there's a lot of people speculating that they're going to unban Coalition Victory too.
Oh, God. I don't even understand that concept. Like, why? I don't understand the campaign to unban that card. I don't think the
Yeah.
card is, like, busted, but it's really kind of a lame gameplay where you're just like, here's my 5-color commander. I ramped a little bit. Here's a sorcery. No one playing counterspell. I win.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure, they can Doomblade your thing. It's not impossible, but I don't feel like I would feel happy playing that game.
Yeah.
Like, I win the game. It's over. Okay. I don't
It's like it's like Thassa's Oracle, really. I mean,
It's way slower. It's worse, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it's not the same.
that's what I'm
anticlimactic.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna, like, why would you play that over Thassa's Oracle?
Yeah. Like, why do I want a wet fart to end my game? You know what I mean? Like, just, it's over. Derp. It's over. That's it. I did nothing. None of my context of the board ever mattered because all I did was play a creature, play this, and I won.
Yeah.
I didn't attack. I didn't block. I didn't have to survive. I just did this out of nowhere. Everyone tapped out. Cool. My commander and this. I win.
So how do you think the sale for this deck goes? Does it like just immediately sell out? Does the website crash? What happens? You think?
I have no idea. So like Cats and Dogs seemed like slam dunk. It was.
Yeah.
Should have went on Cats and Dogs.
Yeah.
I think the Angels one was a slam dunk. So if you didn't do that for that one, that was good.
I got
This
that
is
one.
esoteric.
I got the Angels deck, and I love that deck. That's my main deck. I play that like all the time.
Yeah.
I love that
So
deck.
I mean, if you want a cool deck, I don't think you can go wrong here. Like
Yeah,
this will definitely be a cool deck. I can't even imagine the rest of the cards they put in there make it too bad.
yeah.
Like unless I'd have to see the whole list, but I feel like this will be. I haven't seen a lot of unique art. I think is basically the biggest concern I have.
So
Is that
we're gonna get five. I think there five of them are gonna be foil, right?
is
Or
that it?
or
5 of these cards?
or I can't remember if it's five cards are gonna be foil or the whole deck's foil and five cards get new art. So it's one of those two. I don't remember which, but
I think whatever those arts are and how they look will determine
yeah,
the real shining thing. Because the heads I win, tails you lose. Like it's just the de facto coin flip deck. So if
yeah,
you're ever planning on flipping coins and you want the coolest version of the deck, you buy that. This,
yeah,
yeah. So until I see the arts, I really don't know. The deck looks like it'll be a fun deck, and I think people will enjoy it.
yeah,
But I don't see anything that's really making it stand out financially. I don't know. I don't think any of these cards are particularly expensive.
yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like randomly Test of Endurance is worth something, but it was in Dominaria remastered, so I doubt it.
yeah.
So no financial value. It really is just going to be on the beauty of it. Now, will it sell out? I don't know. I've regretted not purchasing just about every one of these.
It's a FOMO again. Yeah, people are gonna be like, oh, I miss cats and dogs. I gotta get this one. You know.
Yeah, I think if you went for this one, you'd be making the wrong. If you're planning on selling it, you're making the wrong choice, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
But who knows? Maybe the rest of the deck is staples. Maybe you got Teferi's Protection,
Yeah,
all 5 of the Ikoria free spells for your commander. A bunch of busted lands.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
we only know 15 cards so far, so we'll see. You
and
know.
these could be the worst cards in the deck. Maybe the rest of the deck is pure gas.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, this like all the search, all the
Imperial
best.
Seal.
Yeah, some weird throwbacks we don't have. So if this is the worst the deck can be, we got
Do you think?
another
Do you think they
80
had?
cards.
Do you think they originally had Jeweled Lotus in this deck, and
Oof.
they had to switch it out?
No, I don't think they give that card away.
You don't think so? Because
No,
they had this deck in the works like way before that happened.
I mean if they wanted a cash cow card in it, yeah, I think they would have. Go Shintai, turn 2. What's up? Yeah. Or what if this was like, oh, this is where we're gonna reprint Dockside again?
Yeah.
That's how we get all the treasures. That's how we
Yeah.
win with the Hellkite Tyrant,
Yeah.
and it makes our crappy mana base come together. No,
Yeah.
gotta get that one out of there. Yeah, I'm really interested to see the other cards. I want to
Yeah.
see if any of these have like really unique arts. None of these cards I even see really. I think I've seen maybe I see Triskaidekaphile every once in a while. I used to play with Hellkite Tyrant all the time, but it was mostly like kind of it almost felt like griefing with that card. It's like I viewed it as a ramp card, but then half the time it was just like this artifact guy needs to stop, and he's definitely dead after you get touched by this thing.
So there's three win cons we don't know yet, right? So
What could they be?
one of them could be the Jace, where if you draw on an empty library, you win. So Jace or Laboratory Maniac, I think, is probably one of the
Or
last,
Oracle, kind
one of
of.
the last three. Yeah, yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. We'll know by
Well,
the.
and there's Mortal Kombat. You have 20 creatures in your graveyard. There's
Oh yeah,
what's the other one? Mortal Kombat. There's one that's control 20 creatures. Helix Pinnacle, my favorite,
Oh
everyone's favorite
yeah,
meme. I've
yeah.
never seen it. I've
I
rarely
I,
seen it win.
I bet Helix Pinnacle is one of them. Yeah, that's put 100 counters on it, right? Yeah.
Correct. It would be funny to also put some fun cards in there, like Abyssal Persecutor. Look at all my alt wins, and I can't actually win because I have a stupid demon. What if it turned out to be a Battle of Wits deck?
That's what I thought, but I was like, no, there's no way.
It doesn't work with the rules of Commander, but
Yeah.
imagine them changing it just for that. Yeah, Epic Struggle. If you have 20 creatures, you win. Pretty normal.
My guess,
Yeah, not
my
that.
guess is Jace or Laboratory Maniac, and Helix Pinnacle are two of the last three, I think. So we'll
Actually,
know.
I'm looking here. Revel in Riches is a very beloved card.
What's that one?
That one's if you control 10 or more treasures, you win the game on your upkeep. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you get a treasure.
Ooh,
It works with some of the other cards. It
man,
works with the dragon.
that seems really easy to do.
Yeah, it's a $15 card.
Huh.
So that one might
Yeah,
be really
I can see
likely.
that. I can see that.
Yeah, there's several fun options. Maze of the End. It could be a Maze of the End deck. It's 5 colors.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, okay. I see some. I think we may. There aren't too many options, so I think we may have hit a couple of them.
yeah.
Shoot fish in a barrel,
Well,
so to say.
we'll know by the next time we record, hopefully. So
Yeah, I'm
when does
excited
this?
to see the deck.
What's the deck? When's it go on sale? I think it's middle of December. So
Yeah, very soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'd love to play against a deck like this. I'm happy to see more, fun deck building be
so we've
rewarded.
got so far we've got Secret Lair decks. We've got um, heads,
Angels.
heads and tails, Cute and Brute.
Yep.
The Angels, and we've got Cats and Dogs. So
Correct.
we've got enough so far for a full pod.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be kind of fun to have the secret layer clash and have all the decks go against each other. So
I actually own the Nicol Bolas from Cute to Brute. It is one of my favorite card arts of
yeah,
all time.
I have that deck. I have the full deck. I have that one. And the Angels deck are the only two I have. So maybe I'll get this one and try to.
I also have the Yoshimaru from the Cats and Dogs deck, which
Oh
I didn't
yeah,
know was going to be in it because a secret card. Both of those cards were
yeah.
gifts from my girlfriend. Very sweet. But yeah. But
Well,
cool. Yeah.
we'll
I'm hyped
know.
for this.
Yeah, we'll know more next time we record. So we'll know more Pioneer. We'll know more alternate win conditions next time. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for today, right? Got
Yep,
anything else?
that's everything I got to say in Magic this week.
Okay.
Play more Daggermouth Shark. I've been enjoying playing that card. Uh,
Play more Sire of the Seven Deaths.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe. And me and Nick will see you next time, guys.
see you later.